shooting call that we were dispatched to. Upon our arrival, we found a victim that had, through investigation, discovered had been assaulted. That individual was transported by Aiken County EMS with the assistance of Aiken County Sheriff's Office. They assisted us in clearing the residence to confirm that he had ran from the location. It is still believed that he is in the area. He has gone on Facebook Live, unknown if there were any other social media avenues. He has been utilizing his phone, so we're keeping a very close eye on that. We do have several pending warrants that I'm getting ready to go get signed by the judge that have already been sent to the judge. Still ongoing. If we have any updates, I'll be able to get in contact with you as soon as possible.
So what about the shooting incident? We know it went from a shooting to a standoff. Now
so there was a discharging of a firearm into a dwelling. Nobody was struck by that bullet. We do have evidence to support that, as well as further ammunition that was discovered in the residence that this individual resides in. We do have multiple spent shell casings that have been fired that were recovered at the scene as well.
Do you consider him armed, or the suspect armed and dangerous?
Absolutely. He is still believed to be in possession of a handgun, unknown on how much ammunition he has. So we plead with you to, if you see anybody in this area that appears to be carrying a firearm, please go ahead and call 911 and have individuals notify us to respond back to this area, as we're still going to remain in this area canvassing to see if we can locate him as soon as possible to bring this to a peaceful end, as we don't want anybody being harmed.
Have you had any run-ins with this guy before?
I know this individual from my prior job as a corrections officer for Aiken County Detention Center. I've never had any violent interactions with this individual, but he does have a history of it. He is a convicted felon.
Okay.
All right.
Were there any other people inside the home?
The victim was going to be someone in that residence. There was 2 individuals there at that time during this interaction.
And then I know we kind of talked, there was 2 trucks out here. What was the big truck, the big tan truck for? And
so
for you guys,
that's going to be Aiken County Sheriff's Office MRAP. That's going to be allowing them to safely put their manpower closer to harm's way, with having that safety of it being bulletproof if they were to be fired at, giving us a better vantage point, trying to safely get close enough to attempt contact with the individual. They were doing so by the PA through their siren that's in the vehicle. The PA transmits over that we can speak loud enough, hopefully, to make contact, so we could make contact with him, but we did not.
So what were some of the efforts that went into trying to catch him so far? Because I know you guys had like a whole line, kind of like over 10 police cars, a drone,
yes,
all that.
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We've exhausted every avenue that we have, and a great thanks to the Aiken County Sheriff's Office that brought a lot of technology to assist. Like you observed, there was multiple different drones. We have one that went through the house prior to the SWAT team going in to clear it. Again, trying to make this as safe as possible for all parties involved. And the MRAP, again, was courtesy of the Sheriff's Office, and they are very grateful. We're grateful of their assistance on that.
Did you ever have any eyes on the suspect today at all?
So when we first got here, it was stated that he was out in the yard of the residence, and due to the call coming in of a diagonal address, our focus was on the address that the call came in from, and it was very quickly realized where the shot had come from, or the shots have came from, and we immediately surrounded the house at that point. But it was believed at a later time, it was established that he had exited that perimeter that was set up at that time.
And you guys are obviously very concerned about this guy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He's making multiple threats to harm innocent people on his social media, and we're taking those very seriously. Again, we're keeping units in the area, steadily patrolling, so that way we can ensure our citizens are safe.
What kind of charges is he looking at?
Until we get those signed off on, I'm not going to release that, but it will be weapons-related charges, among others. as he is a felon in possession of a firearm that he should not have been in possession of.
Thank you.
Oh, can I get your name?
I'm Chief Joshua Solomon, New Ellenton Police Department.
Spell that for us.
It's JOSHUA SOLOMON.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Let
Hope
me
y'all
get that
have a
mic
great
from ya.
day.
Thank you.
That's going to cost
You
you
got-
extra.
Okay, I know.
It sounded good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great.
But yeah, it's one of those things where
All right, so those are the new details that the police chief of the New Ellenton Police was able to give us. I kind of wrote a few updates down, and then maybe we'll be able to get Audrey here one more time. We'll have her call in, but I'm just going to look down at my phone. I've been taking some notes, and I didn't quite get his last name, but he's Chief Joshua. Unsure of the last name at the moment. I wasn't able to catch that in time before he walked away, but he did say that they have exhausted every avenue that they have in terms of locating the suspect, in terms of trying to get the suspect into custody. So they were thanking the Aiken County Sheriff's Office for their help and the extra technology and resources that they can provide in this search. So he did mention that all resources that they have are being used, have been exhausted. They are doing that. They did also say that the suspect is making, quote, multiple threats to harm innocent people on his social media, and that they're taking those very seriously. So he did say that they were going to have an established law enforcement presence in that area continuously until they can get this situation figured out and put to a close. But for the people in the community's safety, they did say that there will be an active law enforcement presence in the area. So the threats online to innocent people on social media, he did let us know that the chief shed some light into his former employment and did say that he used to work at the Aiken County Detention Center and was familiar with the suspect from his time at the detention center, but did say that he did not recognize the suspect to have been a violent person during his time at the detention center, which I thought was interesting. But he did say that he couldn't give us specifics on charges at this time, but did say that he, quote, will get weapons related charges among others because he is a felon in possession of a firearm. So that could be in relation to those the charges that he was mentioning from his time at the detention center are more than likely going to be felony charges. So this sheds some light into what we can expect once they find this suspect. He did say that and it was the two people in the home, and they were able to see that the gun was fired, a firearm was fired, and it did make contact with another house. But that's kind of all we have. In just a moment here, maybe we can get Audrey. I'm going to take a quick break here in just a minute to kind of get that figured out. But if you're just now joining us, we actually just got to speak with the New Ellenton Police Chief. His first name is Joshua. Forgive me, I did not write down or remember the last name. I can pull it up here for you guys. But again, we just spoke with him, and he was able to provide us some new details on the investigation and what we have here so far. So I